Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean, and please welcome my very special co-host, Ginny B. Hi, Ginny. How are you?
Hello, everybody. It's good to be back.
It's so nice. And everybody, we're doing a little bit of a different layout today. Please give us your feedback and let us know how you like it. But we want to be able to see Ginny's cards, and we want to be able to not have to open and close and shift around the windows so much. So we're going to try it like this and see how everything works out. And I just want to say happy Friday to everybody. Today is Friday the 13th. It's a very lucky day. And there's a lot of folklore around the 13th, and I hear I think it's Taylor Swift is really big on the number 13. I think her birthday is on the 13th as well. I don't have anything prepared for the 13th, but it just came to me that today was Friday the 13th. So, Ginny, what has been going on in your neck of the woods?
Well, other than winter actually arrived, I guess I can't complain too much. I just got back from Denver, a nice visit. I celebrated the life of my aunt who took her last breath when she was 104 years,
Oh,
9 months, and 5 days old.
oh my
So
gosh.
we had quite a gathering. That's called tenacity. That's just somebody asked me I thought she lived so long, and I said just sheer tenacity.
Wow.
But yes.
Wow.
So now to get caught up with the holidays and
Did she was she in the Denver area her whole
yes.
life?
No, she'd lived in a number of different places. Her kids, she'd lived there twice, and her kids, a couple of her kids lived there and stuff. So it was in South Denver. So there was a lot of laughing, and there was a lot of celebrating and crying, and you see cousins of cousins that you didn't know that you had, and it was fun.
Wow. Interesting. Teresa says lengthy. And or length what did I don't know. I thought it said lengthy, but it's not. Length is that lengthy? And Water Lily is here and Rush is here. Teresa, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Let me just go ahead and pop up one of these banners. We're going to be answering questions today. If you want to just post your questions in all caps and use emojis, that would be greatly appreciated. And Diva is here, so nice to see you, Diva. And I am going to be on later on this afternoon with Kelly Healer. Kelly is going to be coming on. We're going to be doing some discussions and readings together. She's so very sweet. I love her energy. And then later on this evening, I'm going to be on with the Crone Zone, so I will be their guest. And that'll so I have a full day here today. And Ginny, you wanted to tell us a little story? You want to wait until some more people come in?
Well, we can wait a while and kind of use it as interim catch up, um, if you want.
Sure.
It's a nice Christmas story. Or at least
That's
I'm going to
nice.
make it a Christmas story.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. And so have you been doing any shopping for Christmas?
Today, it's one of those that just getting everybody coordinated and then having, to go to Denver and stuff like that. But I've missed everybody. I've missed doing the show with you. It's been quite a summer and fall and getting caught up with what's going on. And the Crone Zone, they have some wonderful shows I need to get caught up on, and some of yours. So that's really
Oh,
cool. Yeah.
great.
I do have a card I would like to share that when I was shuffling my cards and trying to get ready for this, that fell out of the deck. If I could share it.
Yes.
And it's my manifesting thoughts are buffered by time. Your earth is a nice environment for fine-tuning your knowledge, for here your thoughts do not translate into instant equivalence. Your thoughts are governed by a buffer of time. If you were instantly manifesting, you would be spending more time trying to fix your mistakes than you would in creating what you want.
Wow.
because we always
Wow.
want a do-over rather than a go forward. And I think that we're in a particular time in all categories in our personal life, from the micro to the macro, of wanting things to be the same as they were, wanting to redo, wanting to rethink, and we can only go forward. We can't go backward. And I just thought that was particularly a profound card to come flying out of my deck.
Absolutely. And I hadn't thought about instant manifestation, that it's not
Mhm.
it's not exactly, it's almost like they say, be careful what you wish for, because you
Yes,
know,
yes. Uh-huh.
and it's
Yeah.
really something to be thought out, and make sure that it is something that you truly do, that you thought it through in every aspect. I think that's really important to look at. And you just never know what the environment is, what the energy is, how the impact, it's millions of ripples out in every direction, every time we make a decision.
Mhm.
Um, it's really
And
important to
letting
remember.
ourselves be driven by regret, what I should have done different and didn't, and feeling bad, and going forward with what we learned from that. We forget that part.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's a growth. It's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for experience and soul expansion, and um, you know, it's an opportunity. I think it's really beautiful. I love that. It's a very thought provoking card there. And what is that? What is the deck that's?
That is the law of attraction, Esther and Jerry Hicks.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
love that.
Just very simple, thought provoking.
She's a pioneer, I'll tell
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and the oh my gosh, that's really wonderful. I love them. I love them. And,
I thought it was a good deck for the time of the season, the time that we're in, everybody, just everything that's going on to.
mhm, mhm. So, I see Cheryl here, and let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Cheryl says, "Do you see a new job coming for my husband soon?" And would you mind, Cheryl, just letting us know your, your husband's first name? Thank you very much, Miss Sherlock. That was so sweet. So, Cheryl, just your husband's first name. Andrew. And I know that you said soon, but I'm going to just try and narrow it down. So, is he currently working? Is, or is he just looking for a new for is he looking to move, or is he looking to, or is he unemployed right now? Um, will Andrew uh, get a new job by January of 2025? No. Will Andrew get a new job by June of 2025? So that's good. Yes. Will Andrew get a new job by March of 2025? It's around March. Will Andrew get a new job by April of 2025? Definitely for April. Will Andrew get a new job by February of 2025? I see it going to a no. Will Andrew get a new job by March of 2025? And it's around March. So he may not. Oh, he just got let go a week ago. It looks like somewhere in early March, somewhere around there, like maybe the final interview process, or when I say get a new job, it's in the process. He may have, it depends on the start date, depends on if they have to do background checks. It depends on, a lot of different things. But look at it as a blessing, Cheryl. Really make the most
Mhm.
of the time that you have together. Start cleaning out some closets, clean out the garage, do the things that you really need to do. And I know that trying to look for a new job, or finding a new job is a full-time job itself. But try and look at it as a blessing, because really, it's the universe is working, is conspiring in our favor for sure. So I see him definitely employed. Well, it says around March is when he'll get the new job, but he may find out about it before that, but he may start around March, something like that. How about you, Ginny? What did you get?
You know, I have to say, I'm just always, the best part about doing this is that it's always a surprise, even though you know that the cards are going to tell you what you need because you've asked Spirit for help, right? So, as the question was asked, and I went through my things, and I picked out the Animal Guide Tarot, and you get the Six of Fire. I'll let you see this picture. So this is a rescue dog, and you can see happiness and green fields and flowers and good stuff. So this is a happy card, and it says, you may receive a promotion,
Hmm.
be chosen for a scholarship, or in this case, it would be a job, or find that you are singled out for special recognition. You are alone, you are done, you have done an amazing job, and you deserve all the attention. So, and I won't read you everything that's in the book, but I will read this part. And said, this card denotes great success and victory. Rescue dogs are representative of the Six of Fire because they reflect triumph over adversity. So taking that in mind is this is leading to bigger and better, and just builds on exactly what Jean just told you, and do everything that needs to be done while you got him at home. Get those projects out, put him to work.
She said the honeydew list is in full force for sure. Is in effect, she said. Aw. All the best to you and Andrew, Cheryl, and please try not to worry. It's really, these things are a blessing in disguise. They certainly are, especially around employment. Okay, so Teresa would like to know, and then after Teresa is Miss Sherlock. So Teresa would like to know, she said she lost her credit card a week ago. Will I find it? I hope that you did stop or call the credit card company and ask for them to issue a new one. Because regardless if you find it or not, it's important for you to stop that. Stop the, you know, in case it falls into the wrong hands. But let me see if it'll turn up. So before I ask my pendulum, Teresa, is this something that occurs? Has this ever happened to you before? Like, have you misplaced it before? Um, or um, I'm trying to pick up on the actual activity. Do you know exactly where you were the last time you used it? Or is this something that you may have had like in a drawer or something that you just can't find anymore? Because I'm not really getting any. I rarely use it. Something like that. You did block the use. Okay, good. Hey, Craig, nice to see you. And she said I rarely use it. Okay. Because I just can't pick up your, yes, at a store on Black Friday. Okay. That's where you remember using it. Because I'm trying to pick up on the energy, and it was, it's not like it's your number one thing that use for groceries every week. I could see that. It wasn't like a prominent kind of energetic connection to you. And I almost felt like it was something that you're not used to using or taking out and putting away and taking out and putting away. I just feel like it might be with some receipts or something. Although, these days when we go to stores, we're the only ones that hold our credit card. We don't hand the credit card to typically they have that machine where we do it ourselves. Once in a while, you might hand it to them, depending if it's a boutique or something. So let me just see one last try here. I just see it's like I don't think it's in the wrong hands. In other words, I feel it's like in receipts or in papers or in a bag or something. So will Teresa find this credit card that she lost? I'm getting yes that it's going to turn up. Is this credit card in the wrong hands with somebody? No. Is this credit card simply or merely or innocently misplaced? Yeah. Yep. So yeah. Oh, I used it for gas so I don't have to go to the store and pay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. How about you, Ginny? What did you get?
I'll do the cards first, and then I'll tell you the other part. The situation is loss and despair, which is what you would feel. And it says lost, theft. So you're afraid of that. So you've lost something. You don't know what has happened to it. So then we get into the first of the Pinnacle cards, which is kind of like what else is like hindering the stuff here, which is financial failure. You're afraid of loss of money, because that's what we do, because there's a panic that goes with that. Been there, do that all the time, right? But the final card and how this turns out is the Page of Pentacles, which is good news. So there's not going to be loss, according to the cards here, entertainment purposes only. That what is lost will be found, and you will go forward, because that's a good thing about a credit card, is that once you report it and stuff and you are protected, you'll probably just get a new credit card is what they will do. But on that, breathe and relax, because the page is going to bring you good news. As far as the lost, it's kind of interesting. It goes back to my trip to Denver. What Jean said in looking for an unusual places, my first thought is it's back behind another card in your billfold. Maybe I do that all the time, down in there tight. It is someplace that you are close to touching it, like in Simon Says, when the old game that we did, when you're getting, not Simon Says, hot and cold, and you're just not seeing it because you want to see it in an obvious place. And the example is this: in the hotel room that my sister and I shared, she lost her black bra. She went through everything. We tore her suitcase apart, her everything apart. And finally, she listened to a voice in her head that said, pull out the drawer and look behind. And that's where it was. Would have never, ever found it in a million years had she not gotten the message to do that. So it's in some really, really odd place that you're going to go, like down between the seats in the car, tucked in behind some other car in your billfold, just odd. So don't look for the obvious. Look for the unusual, and ask your guides to quit playing around with you and show you where it's at.
Yeah. So Teresa, if you called and stopped anybody from using it, you can just say that it was lost or stolen, and they'll just send you out a new one right away. I wouldn't be without a credit card. But I would just let them know that I feel like if it turns up, it doesn't seem like it's going to be right away. And you said nobody tried using it, but if you stopped, nobody tried using it before you stopped, I think she said, where is she? I blocked its use. Yeah. Yeah. So, I would just, let them know it's lost or stolen. It's a very easy, I have two options, block or replace. Yeah, I would. Yeah. I don't see it turning up in enough time for you. I think I hope I'm wrong. I hope it turns up, but I don't feel like I don't feel, for some reason, I just feel like it's, like I said, check your receipts, check your bags, check your, just something. I don't know. I know that you wouldn't put it in a coat pocket, but it's just something is a little amiss, and you don't have a lot of energy connected to it, which it's hard for me. So that's why I was seeing it sort of dormant to begin with. It's all done online. Good. Yeah. I would ask for a replacement for you there, especially if it's been since Black Friday. I checked the coat I was wearing.
It is just someplace, just my feeling is it's just someplace very, very odd. And when it does eventually show up, you're going to go, how did it get there?
Yep. Hmm.
And this happens every day. I mean, the credit cards are lost and replaced yeah, by the hundreds on a daily
Yep.
basis, I am
Yep.
sure.
Hmm. And KK said I've lost my card in the car door bin. Right? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And it's really hard to see because it's hidden in there. Yeah. All right. All the best to you, Miss Teresa. Please let us know. Keep us posted. And Miss Sherlock is next. After Miss Sherlock is Water Lily. Thank you. And Miss Sherlock says, how did my late love Tony actually feel about me when we dated many years ago? I broke it off because he cheated. So, Miss Sherlock, what I like to do is I like to say before I start any of the shows or any of my readings, I always ask that the spirit guides um, provide information that is most important for you to learn and that is in your highest good. You know, if he's passed over and crossed and you broke it off many years ago and he was the one who cheated, I mean, I don't know if it's in your highest good to unearth that. Um, Obviously, if he was dating you, there was some admiration and some appreciation, and you two. I feel like you two were enjoyed each other's company, and whether he cheated on you or not, I don't feel. Let me just see if I can pick this up. Mr. Tony, Mr. Tony, Mr. Tony. He doesn't want you to worry about that. He said love is love. He said that love uh, does not equal loyalty. And he's saying that just because he wasn't loyal doesn't mean he didn't love you. That's what he's saying. Um, he's saying that it was his own sort of weakness as being, young and maybe he was a looker, and maybe he was a handsome or a cutie and couldn't fight off the advances. But I feel as though it was like he had a roaming eye, and it had nothing to do with love. It had nothing to do with his relationship with you. It was just his immaturity and like emotional immaturity, emotional intelligence, and he doesn't want you to feel slighted at all. And unfortunately, it did sever the relationship, but he's saying that that had nothing to do with his love for you. Like his love for you did not drive him away. It was his own fault and his own weakness. So that's what I got. How about you, Ginny? She said he was a looker.
Yeah. That's interesting because I pulled out of the past life energy oracle this card, which is leadership. But I think in this case, it's about this really good looking guy who had a good story, was very charming, and he had a really good excuse.
Wow.
And that's the first card before Jean, before you even got to your part of talking about that. And then I pulled out of the Akashic Records deck that I have, Speak Your Truth, which is what you did, Miss Sherlock. It was, and from my standpoint, What I'm getting is that this was a good test for you, that you learned early in life to set your boundaries for your self-esteem and self-worth. And you did it well. So you learned to speak your truth early. Um, and you passed the test, and you've probably done so. So in that the questions come up now, which is what Jean has brought up. Why are you questioning yourself now? So there's some unresolved thing for you about you. Where is your self-confidence lacking right now that you're looking back at this? You should be looking back with pride. It was nice, it was good while it lasted, but you had the wherewithal, the gumption, the emotional intelligence to say, this isn't for me, we're not going to do this. You saved yourself a lot of heartache. So it's and if you were very young, that's even better, in that you learned very early, something that a lot of us didn't learn until way later in life. So for now, why now? Because some of the astrology right now is talking about we're digging up past relationships and we're redoing them. You need to look at this one against whatever else is going on in your life right now and say, you got it, you did it right, and you can continue to do so, if that makes any sense at all.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate it for what it was. And if you never knew if he loved you, I think that, love is commitment. Love is loyalty, and love is, a much more involved. It's an action. And so whether he was in love with you, I just feel as though your souls were destined to meet, and however brief it was there for a reason. And some people, what they look like on the outside doesn't match what they look like on the inside. And I do feel as though he had some sort of internal turmoil that he was going through. So it wasn't about you, is what he was trying to say. His inability or ability to love or not love, or go from person to person or relationship to relationship, was his own turmoil. It had nothing to do with you. So whether he was capable of love at that moment, in those early years, he's just saying that this was something that was his. I feel it's like a mindset. I feel like he may have continued to be this way because I think there was something empty in his heart. I don't know whether it was a rejection from a parent or somebody early in life that he never felt fulfilled, that he always felt like he needed to find somebody new, somebody better, somebody, different. And it was insatiable for him, and it wasn't about love for him. So you're asking if he ever loved you, and I don't think that he was capable of that. So consider it had nothing to do with you, Miss Sherlock. It was his own personality disorder or emotional tragedy that he was trying to overcome. Just because he was, fabulous and charming on the outside doesn't mean he was not, going through a lot on the inside. So I hope that makes sense to you, Miss Sherlock. Yes, he was insecure, she said. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much. And next is Water Lily. Hi, Water Lily. And after Water Lily is Avanasha, would you kindly give us a little more detail on your upcoming exams? Can you say my math exam in January? Something like this, because it's hard to be real general, and we'll try and hone in on that. So Avanasha will be next, and just send me put it in caps and put a little more detail in that if you can, so that we can really look at that for you. All right, so Water Lily. Hi, Water Lily. Nice to see you. Do you see my finances improving soon? So, Water Lily, is this your income? You're looking for your income? Or are you looking to see if your investments will be improving soon? I think it's your income. Or is it your expenses? If your expenses will become a little more. Water Lily, if you're still here, just let us know. Income. Okay, thank you. So, Water Lily, have you been looking at maybe selling some things? Selling some things that you don't use anymore, that you don't need anymore to just get a few extra dollars? I'm not sure I see a lot of movement on it in the near future. Let me just see. Is there any type of increase on Water Lily's income? Now, is there an increase in Water Lily's income by February of 2025? Is there an increase in Water Lily's income in March of 2025? And I'm not seeing very much movement, maybe a little bit around March, but it's up to you to work on cutting back on those expenses and being creative on your maybe bartering instead of getting your hair done and paying for it. Maybe you can ask a friend if you can, watch their dog or something, and then they can do your hair, or, try bartering, try and find people who will do these things. For you, or trade. And also, I think it's working on managing the outgoing, your expenses. I don't see any increase in your incoming unless you start, letting go of the things that you no longer need or no longer use. Um, Maybe there you can pick up some things. You can also see if there's any help, and anybody needs any help. Maybe you can be like a secret shopper, or you can do somebody's Christmas shopping for them, or you can, be a dog walker, or you can, some sort of a side service that you can say, oh, I'm available if somebody needs some extra casseroles. I can make a couple extra meals and it'll only be a couple of dollars or whatever. Try and be creative like that, and try and sort of, it's almost like mad money. It's not like money you can guarantee, but it's like nice to have when it comes in. You know what I mean? But oh, she's selling stuff. Good. That is what I was getting for you. I don't see your actual income changing in that drastic right away in the next couple of months, but you can do a lot of other things around it. How about you, Ginny?
Again, always amazed as you talk, the cards come out and verify what you say one by one. And I'm not searching for the cards. Truly, it is random. And because I do pick random. Very, very quick through some of these cards, because I picked quite a few, is you're looking, you're kind of isolated with this. This would probably also represent your anxiety and stuff with that, of where am I going to find this? I'm looking and looking, looking in the dark, withdrawn. But you've got the Ace of Wands. So you have the creative ideas going on, that you are selling stuff and trying to find a way through this. And you are going to you will manifest it. And we're going to get back to this one in a minute. And then as the world turns, so will your finances eventually, right? We just don't know when. And of course, finances are a big anxiety. I have been there when there was times I had to be creative to come up with the money for Christmas dinner for my family. And it wasn't that we were poor. It's just that stuff gets tight, right? With what's going on. And then I pulled the squirrel. And the squirrel, the four of earth, which would be also the four of pentacles, is be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. It's not that you have no money or need all money, however the extremes are in your world. Consider, for example, whether you are spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building walls that keep people out. And then I pulled a card that says reach out. Reach out for help, creative ideas. Jean had a bunch of suggestions, but there's something else out there for you too that in thinking in black and white terms, you're missing, because we have a tendency as human beings that I have to do something this way or that way, which brings us back to this manifestation card. And if you look outside of the linear, in the black and white, I have money or I have no money, and speak in terms of what you do have. Count what you do have. I have money to go to the grocery store. I have money because I creatively sold these things and I have it. I have money, not that I need money, because then the cosmos has no judgment. Okay, so if we say, "Oh, I'm always in need of money," cosmos, the cosmos says, spirit says, okay, she's always in need of money. So you'll always be in need of money. That takes some pondering to listen to, because our training comes back. It's kind of like the first card that we started out with, if you were here and manifesting, is that you have to be more broad-based in what you're doing and looking forward. Is that I have been so good, I sold these things and I am receiving the money that I need to make my needs. I'm receiving them. I have it in the bank. Write yourself a check and put it in your purse. I can't remember who. Some big star did that, and you have to pay yourself first, metaphorically. So to think in terms of gratitude for what you have and changing your relationship with your finances as you have it now. Don't feel desperate. And I know that that's hard when someone is desperate for money, and that just kind of like, yeah. But find appreciation for what you do have, your creativity and your ability to do it, because this is what your lesson is with this, is to change your relationship with money and with yourself and with others. Do not be envious that somebody else has something that you don't have. You are not doing anything wrong. You are in a situation that you are going to creatively find your way out of, because you have the resources, and money is just one of many resources. You have the resources, Water Lily. You just have to faith in yourself.
Absolutely. It has a lot to do with attitude, energy, and frequency too, Water Lily. And as Ginny was reading, I was picking up babysitting. I don't know if you do babysitting for people, but something like that. So, your time and your service. And yeah, very good. That was really beautiful, Ginny. Thank you very much. She said Jim Carrey. I'm not sure what that was.
Yes. Jim Carrey. He wrote himself a big check to himself for a specific amount of money and carried it with him as if he had that money. So you're bringing in that manifesting energy. Thank you, Jim Carrey. See,
I also put up.
Waterley. Just have faith in yourself.
And it's really important to go ahead and follow through with it. You can't just say that's a nice idea. Go ahead and do it. I also popped up. Spirit Whisperer Mark has an amazing manifestation and abundance playlist, and he's phenomenal. And it will really work on helping to manifest that energy for you, Water Lily. I don't know if you know what Spirit Whisperer Mark, but I put that link to his playlist right there for everybody if you'd like to find that. And it's over the top. It's one of the, I could feel the vibration and the frequency off of that. It's a beautiful, it's a beautiful set of shows. And, I don't know if you know Mark, but he's magic. That's for sure. Okay. So Avanasha says, she has, accounts accounts exam on the 12th. Oh no, my 12th board accounts exam is on the 28th February 28th. Will my score be 90 plus? Fingers crossed. And then she says, also, my overall percentage will be around 92 because I strongly expect that. Well, I think that's really wonderful that you expect it to be 92. I would expect it to be higher, but that's wonderful that you expect that because that's half the battle, right? So her exam in February, Avanasha, and will it be 90? Will you get a 90 or more on the exam? The 12th board accounts exam. My gosh, what? That's amazing. What is your board? What is that?
Certification, maybe?
On what though? What's your major? What's your profession? It's not law. What it? A CPA? I don't know. But I think let me just see. So for Avanasha, for her exam in February of 2025, will she achieve a 90% or higher on her exam? It looks like yes. It looks like I'm getting a yes for sure. I feel like it's it's the unknown and it's the concern and it's a lot of stress and pressure on you. And it's I don't know how I can trust yourself and try not to put too much pressure on yourself. It's good to have goals and enthusiasm and work ethic and determination, but try not to stress yourself out over it because that might backfire on you. You don't want to be so stressed out that you won't be able to achieve what you need to achieve. You want to have faith in yourself and have that little bit of a, sort of motivational enthusiasm or action, but try not to stress or worry so much. Put yourself in that type of an energy. How about you, Ginny?
Well, sitting here shuffling the cards and thinking about it, and of course, then the cards fly out and tell me who wants to be out there. The first card I actually pulled was the Nine of Pentacles, which in this deck is called the Ragdoll Cat. And you'll notice the cat is enjoying time in the sun and taking a nap, as cats are wont to do. Your success has brought you financial security and the reward of much deserved time off to enjoy your own company. You may suddenly have a brilliant idea for a business or self-employment opportunity. I take this in connection with your question is, you've got this, girl. You've got this, and it's to relax into it because you know what to do. And then out came Archangel Michael. So rather than spend your energy worrying about it, spend your energy, I'm assuming you're studying, but building your confidence and knowing that you know the answer. And that was followed by success, which was followed by success.
That's
so
wonderful.
Let go and have faith in yourself because you know what to do. It's building your confidence and taking in the positive energy. Worry is a negative energy. You cannot be emotional and rational at the same time. They are inverse functions. So if you're worrying, you can't be thinking about what your answers are. So do your meditation, whatever it takes to go in, and you got this.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you very much, Avanasha. And all of that was based on your exam that you're taking in February of 2025. Okay. So she was asking a couple of different things. So that's why I ask if it's real specific, just ask for those specifics. Did I say who was next? I don't think I did. Did I? Um,
Oh, and can I say one thing, Avanasha? Economics is hard. I drank a lot of rum when I was taking it. You just got to get enough understanding to get through the class.
oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so Diva, if you're still here, say hello. And after Diva is Cheryl Holt. And then Just Because. So Diva, Cheryl, and Just Because, please say hello. Yep, Just Because is here. Let's see if Diva shows up. I'll give you a second. If not, we'll do Just Because first. Let's go ahead and do that. So Just Because is here. She said, any messages for my guides or my mom, Heather? Oh, okay.
Okay,
And Cheryl,
so
Diva
can I
and
interrupt
Cheryl Holt.
Is we
Okay.
have someone who wants to know about a Priscilla and somebody who wants to know about a Heather.
Wow. Really?
Right?
Maybe they know each other. So Just Because is here, and then after Just Because is Diva, and then Cheryl. So thank you, ladies, for responding. We appreciate it. I see you.
Heather.
All right. So Just Because says, any messages from my guides or my mom, Heather? Wow, that's amazing. So the first thing I'm seeing is there's a child in a bonnet, and the child looks like Dutch. It looks like a Dutch painting, and it had that the child is near some ducks, and it almost looks like a painting. Or maybe did she like Holly Hobby, or did she like the Dutch paintings, or did she have this kind of motif in her house? She does seem to have a warm home, and but it was a little more on the rustic, like she had brought the outdoors in, and sort of loved the outdoors and included that on in her motif. She seemed to be a little more grounded. Does it sound like your mom? I don't know if you just said yes right now. Okay, and so are, is this? Do you mind just saying yes again if any of that, the rustic and the? Okay, she did say yes again. So so I got your mom, and she is coming through, and she's just showing me that she had like a simple life, not a simple life, but you know, she wasn't in New York City, hustle and bustling. It feels like she had a quiet home, but a warm home. I feel like she made things, like maybe she did some sewing. She enjoyed making things. She was a little bit artistic. She dressed you in a bonnet when you were a baby. Okay. Okay. Was she artistic? Did she like do sewing and then create things, maybe even like cross stitch or embroidery or something around sewing? Okay, towards the end, yes. Okay. Um, I feel like you take after her in the sense that you're very oriented to the earth. You love bringing flowers in and having plants around, and maybe even uh, drawings of or pictures of trees. Like instead of pictures of buildings, you have pictures of trees. I'm not sure if you even realize this, but that is something that runs in your maternal ancestry.
She says
I feel like
yes.
Okay, thank you. And I feel like she's also saying that you have the gift, Miss Just Because, Miss Prima, because she's saying you have a women's intuition, but there's more to it than that. I don't know if you have dreams or if you know certain things at certain times, or you're a good judge of character or some things. She's saying trust your instincts, trust your intuition, and develop that special, unique ability for your spiritual connection. Um, she wants you to know that she's doing well, that she's okay. I feel like she has a garden where she is on the other side, and she's still puttering around. I do feel her being a little more quiet, not as outgoing, and very much to herself. Like she would be in her thoughts and working on. Always had a project that she was working on, and always thinking to herself. Um, but she wants you to know how much she loves you, how much she misses you, and she wants to thank you. She knows that you think of her often, and every time you think of her, it's like sending her a text.
Oh,
She says,
wow.
yeah, she says that she gets like informed every time you think of her. And she wants you to know that she's thinking of you right back. And she can see and hear all of your thoughts and prayers. And she just wants to thank you for that. She's very quiet and laid back and subdued a little, but she's smart and she's artistic and she's kind. So this is what I'm getting. How about you, Miss Ginny?
Well, I, I pulled the Three of Wands, um, and I'm taking this that she's the person who saw the big picture. She was also a planner, could put things together. Um, just good at organizing family and events, and was a very good at taking care of people. Because with the Four of Cups, which is, it's taken me a while to kind of figure this out, but there was somebody in particular to her that she was trying to help that didn't want it or wouldn't see what they wanted. So I don't know whether this is you just because, or somebody else in the family that just was kind of resistant to what the offer was, the solution was as she saw it. Or maybe she was resistant for something, but I'm not feeling that. But that she's there's good news coming, and I think this is the message for you. If any of this other stuff has resonated, I know what Jean said was is right on.
Yeah, she said
There's
yes, yes, yes. Hmm.
yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
That there's good news coming, but and this is for you. You have to let go of whatever it is that's holding you back. The first card that I pulled was the Eight of Air, the Eight of Swords. In this deck of Animal Tarot, it's bunting. It's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Trust that spirit will lift you to new heights and give you greater confidence if you affirm your freedom. Because, like Jean says, you have the gift. You have your mom's healing gift, and you can do this. And you're kind of like saying, "No, I don't. I don't want." So whatever it is with in your world, and accepting that, and I can identify with this one. Ask Jean. She tells me all the time, "Yeah, yes, you can do it." I go, "Oh, no, 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 I can't." But it's a matter of you have to open up to taking that's offered. And she's saying that, did she ever go like this? Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? I just kind of get this. It's just kind of like, I keep telling you can do this. I keep telling you can do this, to have faith in yourself. So this is your uh, time to reflect about you, not others, you, and what you can give, and start giving your magic to you first, and then you will give it to other people.
Wonderful. Thank you. And look who's here. Heather
I see that.
Priscilla from the Crone Zone is here. And we just did, Priscilla, I just wanted to let you know, we just did a message for, I took it off. I don't know where she is now. Oh, here she is. Just because, and she wanted a message from Heather, and somebody else wanted a message from Priscilla. Isn't that is so uncanny.
And we
Oh
just
my,
called Priscilla in because she just arrived. Miss
I know. And
Priscilla
they
from Crone
came.
Zone.
I'm telling you, the energy out there is they're almost saying these humans are that's right in front of their face. They're not getting it. We have to be more deliberate. Aw, and just because says got it, thank you. And Priscilla's like, that's crazy. I know, right? I know. So funny. Okay, so Diva is next and then Cheryl. Thank you for being patient, ladies. We appreciate you. And Diva says, please call my dear friend Priscilla from the other side. Oh, this was the one. Okay. We promised to keep in touch when one of us passed. Wow. Wow. So this was the other one. Isn't that funny?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize. I didn't read it. You guys, when it's kept, I just click on it. I don't read it until it comes up. I know KK said signs are everywhere. My friend Priscilla. I like the way you said call. She likes the way you said call. She said you can meet her in your dreams, unless you've already had dreams about her, and you can invite her into your dreams. And she's saying that she's the ear. You know how you call somebody and you sort of vent, or you give them an earful of what's going on and all of the drama in the family or whatever. She said, I'm still here and I'm a good listener. She said, you can talk to me in your thoughts. You can write down your thoughts. She said, but I can hear you either way. She wants you not, she's saying, please don't feel sorry for me. And I'm not sure that you do, but she just wants you to not to feel like, oh, poor Priscilla, like you just don't feel there's some sort of a letdown, or, I mean, I understand that the family that she left behind is very tragic, that they've lost her, but she's saying, please don't feel sorry for me. She said that is, it almost like pulls down the energy. She says, be happy for me. And she says, remember all the trouble we used to get into, the laughter we used to have, the uncontrollable laughter. And I see, there's certain situations when you laugh so hard that that it's just way over the top. She just wants you to be happy for her and to hold her in that. I feel as though you really respected each other, you honored each other, there was like a vault, like if she told you something or if you told her something, it was a vault. You knew it wouldn't go past her and that nobody else would find out. I feel like you two really confided in each other. And this is why she says that she still has the ear open for you and available for you. But she wants you to be happy for her. She wants you to be joyful. She wants you to be, and it is hard not having her here in this physical world. But she said that the relationship has not ended. It only changed. She's saying, imagine that I'm in Costa Rica and you can't call me, but you're just thinking about me and sending me good thoughts and knowing that I'm on this amazing adventure, but I'm just not able to be to contact. She's saying that that it's really important if you could and if you would do this for her. This is what she's asking. All right, Diva. How about you, Miss Ginny?
Well, the first impression I had is kind of what you were saying with the joy and the laughter, which put me in mind of my this last weekend. Um, there's two cousins and two cousins, cousins that are so two sets of sisters and their cousins. And when we get together, there are no rules. And so I felt that laughter between you and Priscilla, Diva, and it was just a lot of inside jokes. Nobody understood you. People might have rolled their eyes, but there was a synergy that when you were together, you saw things. How do I want to say that? You saw things that people didn't. The one card that came out for me first was balance, the black and white, but you didn't see the world in black and white when you were together. You could come together, and the two of you, through your different personalities, your different spirit, your different, all those things that are you could create in word or deed or project something that was totally different. You had a unique way of synergizing to come together and create something new. And it was very, very, very special and unique. And it's not the first time you've done this. This is just the present lifetime that you did that in, that you were very practiced at it. One of you or both of you, and this is kind of, I think, a caution from her to you, is you need to put yourself first. The oxygen mask story, right? You have to put on your own oxygen, but whatever's going in your life right now, you need to take care of you, because your only project, the only person you can control is you. The only person you can make happy is you. The other people are not your projects. You can be helpful when asked, but she loves you enough that she wants you to take care of you, because just because did she ever just look at you and say, because I said so, or don't be that way? I mean, I'm just getting this attitude like, really, really, you're not listening to me. So I don't know if that's her personality or not, but that's what's coming through. And you have a personal, professional achievement that's coming or going to be recognized, because she knows it's coming. You're going to kind of like try to be shy away from it, but whatever it is that you've got going. So even within your metaphysical studies, study that more, because you can have these connections, and you can do this for other people as well. Because you've got. Okay, so you have Fairy Priscilla sitting on your shoulder. I just got that picture. And she's all dressed in pink and purple and sparkly. So whenever you get kind of a twinge on your shoulder, that's Priscilla.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Diva. And let us know if that sounds like your friend Priscilla. We really appreciate it. And next is Cheryl. And Cheryl says, will my husband's SSDI claim be approved? And his name is Philip. I don't know what SSDI is, but I don't think
Social Security
I have.
Disability Insurance.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say, I don't know if I have to. Will Philip's claim be approved? Will Philip's SSDI claim be approved ever? Will Philip's SSDI claim be approved ever? I'm getting a yes. And I'm just thinking, just it's a process. Will Philip's SSDI claim be approved by June of 2025? Yes. Will his SSDI claim be approved before March of 2025? Yes. Will his SSDI claim be approved by January of 2025? Yes. And will his SSDI claim be approved before the end of December 2024? Wow. Looks like yes. Wow. Okay, so will his SSDI claim be approved before December 20th of 2024? You see how that changed right to no? So will his SSDI claim be approved by December 25th, 2024? No. Will his SSDI claim be approved by December 28th, 2024? And I'm getting a yes. Will his SSDI claim be approved by December 27th of 2024? Will his SSDI claim be approved by December 27th? No. So it looks like around somewhere in the 25th to the 31st. I'm not going to hold myself down, but Cheryl, if it is in that last week, the 27th to 31st, would you mind coming back to the show and making a little note below the show? You know how you can put a comment in and just say Gene Phil's, thing was approved, and or something like that, just so that I can have a track record of how precise I can rely on my pendulum. I'd appreciate that. But it's definitely soon. It's definitely soon. How about you, Ginny? What'd you get?
Well, I instantly had a vision, sense that you must remain to be your own strong advocate. Don't take no for an answer. So if there's those issues that are out there, you have to maintain resolve that you're going to see this through. Don't let the sense of government or the sense of Social Security Department or whatever else is going on in the world uh, dissuade you from going after what you need. You have to be strong and forthright. Don't cower in, how do I want to say this? Don't cower under the idea of perceived authority, which sounds really kind of convoluted, but to advocate for yourself. So it's, again, I got the Four of Cups. So it's just kind of like, we're going to change this around to see that this is, if it doesn't meet your needs, if they keep saying no, wait until you have what you want. Keep after it. Even if you need to have legal advice or somebody to help advocate for you, always ask for help with this stuff, because it's pretty murky. These things get murky on purpose, because then people give up. But don't give up. Just keep at it, because there might be some bumps, or there might be some letters that come that sound in the negative, but just again, I'll bring up, don't let the emotion override your intellect with this, and look at everything, read everything, and be determined in what you're going to do in a rational way, because in the end, we have the sunshine. Just think more in forward energy of how this is going to work out and what you can do. But again, and it's really, really strong here, is do not back down. Do not give up. You don't have to be confrontational. You just have to be strong and forthright.
Very good.
And did you see what the last gal said, Diva said, that Priscilla was a paraplegic and she had been her caretaker.
Wow. Wow. What does eschewed pity? What does that mean?
She didn't want it.
Oh, okay. Well, she's still saying that.
Yeah.
She's like, don't pity me, celebrate me. Yeah. Wow. And that was the caregiver card that you had up there too.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Very nice. So thank you, Cheryl, and thank you, Philip. And I believe that will be the show for today. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for asking your questions and supporting everybody while their questions were being while they were having their questions answered. And I hope that everybody was able to get something out of each one of these readings. I do know that sometimes when you're here and you're listening, you find out things that you didn't know before, and also sometimes your question or your loved one or your idea of the connection with your loved one is also offered to you as well. So, Water Lily says, "Thank you, ladies. You're welcome, Water Lily. Please do, Water Lily, go over and check out that playlist for Mark the Spirit Whisperer. That's free. I'm letting you know if anybody needs a bump on their abundance or their manifestation, or go over and check out that playlist of Mark the Spirit Whisperer. He's phenomenal."
Can
Right?
I give my story and my holiday
Yeah.
challenge to everyone?
Yes,
So
please.
in this wild weekend that I had in South Denver, uh, my sister and my cousins, we were at a restaurant, and we'd been wild enough at our age. Can you imagine that? Wild enough that the waiter was getting just a little bit annoyed with us, but we didn't care. When we went to leave the restaurant, I had in my head that I needed to take some money and put in my pocket, out of my billfold and put in my pocket. So I had cash in my pocket. And my thought was, I don't need to give this waiter anymore. He was given a nice tip. I don't need to caretake or solve or be the codependent, in this situation. That's where my head went. So I did not take the cash out of my billfold to put in my pocket, but it was really, really big. I needed to have cash in my pocket, but I ignored it. And I usually do not ignore those things. So we're walking back to the car, and past one restaurant, there's these plastic ornaments hanging in a tree that, as we had walked past it the first time, I thought, gee, somebody's going to hit their head. Well, guess who hit their head on the way back? So not only did I ignore the message in the restaurant to get the money, I got hit in the head for not doing so. Did it dawn on me that this is what this message was about? Oh, no. As we are crossing the street, there is a woman in the middle of the street who is asking for cash. And we all said, no, we didn't have any cash. And it was just because you don't want to, in those situations, reach in your purse and get out money, because then that makes you more vulnerable, because, that's just common sense, taking care of yourself. But it has haunted me since then, because if I had put that cash in my pocket, like I had been told to, that I ignored and got hit in the head when I didn't, I would have had at least $5, $10 to give to her. Which brings me to the moral of the story, in that we have to give out what we want back. So if your finances are poor, if you have 50 cents, keep it in your pocket. You can give it. You never know when somebody is in need of something that you can give, even if it's holding the door open for someone that you might not think to do, or going out of your way for something. And then that energy comes back. So my challenge for everyone is, what can you find to do out of the ordinary in this Christmas season that you can share your resource, whatever that resource is? It might just be a smile. But listen to your guides when they speak to you. I now keep cash in my coat pocket. You're muted, Jean. Jean, you're muted.
That was very sorry, I was looking down. That was a beautiful story. Thank you very much, Ginny. And it's a good reminder for all of us. And I also recently picked up my spirit guides came through with a consolation, in that even though we walk past the message and miss the message and realize it afterward, they're saying there's growth there, because at least we look back and thought, oh, that was my spirit guide talking to me. And it's not as big of a win as if you would have acted
Right.
on impulse, but the
Right.
fact that you noticed what it was, and that next time. And what it is, they really try, they communicate with us or guide us when we least expect it, and they want us to just expect it all the time, whatever thought and little flink of an idea. And it's really, I mean, it's like a, a just a fraction of a second that you get this little spot of an idea that comes through your mind. And it really is just a little, very little. It's not a big clap of thunder or anything. They're not going to stop you or anything. It's really very subtle. And the more we can listen to that little subtle voice, or recognize it and say, oh, that's why that was there, and then recognize it, it makes it stronger. And just say thank you, make it louder next time, or next time I'll remember to do it. Is as long as it's recognized in some way. I mean, if you're oblivious, and there's a lot of people that walk around totally oblivious and never even get that. So just the fact that we did see it and recognize it is a win in and a growth, a positive growth example for sure. All right. Oh, Tina says, well, Ginny. And Water Lily says, I believe in giving too. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. And thank you, Ginny, for your beautiful readings and
Thank
for
you.
coming and doing a show together with me. I love collaborating with you. And we'll see everybody soon. I will be back here with Kelly, the Cali healer, Kelly. And then later on this evening, I'll be on with Priscilla from the Crone Zone, Priscilla and Heather from the Crone Zone. Isn't that funny that we had two of them? Thanks again.
Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.